Good morning, good morning. I went out this morning and I picked some black raspberries. And I've been trying to think about this whole move thing. You know, like what am I gonna take? Why do I want to take it? You know, aside from emotional attachments. And I thought, you know, let's say for instance, if I am, you know, in one of those hotel rooms that has a kitchenette, then I could take the little oven thing here, and I could still make muffins or breads or whatever. The loaf pan fits in there, but it's so close to the elements, I'm not really sure how that will turn out. So I guess that's something that I'm going to have to try at some point. I did measure my little silicone donut molds and my jumbo muffin cups. These do not fit in that little oven. These little regular muffin things, they do fit in there. And I had some of these little parchment papers left over. So, and they look like they fit in there. But I got a zucchini bread recipe from someone that I trust. And so I took out some zucchini, I defrosted it, I drained it, and really what I did is I just kind of rolled the bag and then I squeezed it and let all the juices drip out. It still has some moisture in it, and that's okay because, you know, bananas have moisture in them too when you add them. I have some room temperature butter. I have some sugar out here. I haven't gotten all the stuff out yet. And I haven't even had coffee. I'm tired. Having other issues, but today is a better day than yesterday. The last couple days, it's been interesting. So we're going to focus on today. So I think I'm just going to make zucchini bread muffins, keep it simple. One, so I can try the recipe, and two, so I can see how this muffin pan works in this little oven thing here. So I will I'll put you on pause while I go grab all the bowls and mixers and things, and I'll be back. I'm debating on making 2 different batches today, and I won't know until I get there. But here's the thing. So I have the original recipe that was given to me by somebody who I trust, and so I do want to try that. And then Google just made a suggestion for the muffins, and which I suppose could also be used when making bread. But I'm making muffins today, so I kind of really want to try that first and see how it goes, because it makes sense based on, you know, other things it is that I've done. So I'm going to use the recipe, but I'm going to tweak how it is that it's being cooked. And then I received it in a text message, so I wrote it on a little sticky here. So we'll see how it goes. Now, I've also wondered, you know, what would zucchini bread with the black raspberries taste like in it? And I don't know, because zucchini bread generally tastes like banana bread, right? So it would be like banana bread with black raspberries, or, oh, maybe I could put blueberries in it. That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. I have lots of blueberries. And I have one bag that's really just needs to be used up. Well, I think we're just going to add the rest of it, and we're going to call it good. Oh, my leg hurts. out and spoon. I think I just need a teaspoon. Probably drives you nuts when I leave cupboard doors open. But I've noticed that I do that. You know, eventually I get around to closing everything back up again. Oh. Oh, they make, oh, there we go. I was gonna say, they should make it so it fits in there, and they do. Okay. Boom, 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 salt. And then I'm also going to need all of my wet stuff. And you know what? I think I'm just going to put it in here and mix it all together. I'm not going to separate it today because I just don't feel like it. Have here. Now, one thing that I am curious about, this is a lot of oil. One thing that I am curious about is, you know, like the zucchini, because I froze it in 2-cup portions as it was shredded and raw. Because if I were to add it to a bread shredded and raw, you know, prior to freezing, that's what I would do. But then I took all the moisture out, and I don't know if I should have done that. And as you can see, like after it's all the moisture's gone, like that's not 2 cups. It may equal maybe a cup if I were to squish that in there, right? Probably not even. But I know everything will be fine. It'll be fine. It just may be not as moist because I took all the water out. But I guess, you know, it'll be a learning lesson. It does have a lot of oil in it. And this oil is helping to break up the zucchini here. Oh, here, let me turn you down. Kind of mixing those two together. 3 eggs it says. Well, let's just make sure that I don't get any shell in there. I compost my eggshells. I crunch them up and put them in a little bin, but I'll get to that in a second. I don't really need to, because I can do all that with the mixer. Okay. All right, what else do I need? Oil, sugar. Sugar, I do have sugar. So 1/4 cups of sugar. Well, after I put the oil in there, that'll be nice. vanilla. I did not grab the vanilla. I do have, where's that? That's a lot of vanilla. Where's that? I'm gonna put some of this in there too. Because I have another bottle of this. And I think it'll be fine. And it says 1 cup of nuts optional. Now, the only nuts that I have right now are pistachios. And since I think I'm going to add blueberries into this, I'm going to forego the pistachios. Although that would probably be really good. Apparently this doesn't call for butter, it calls for oil, so we'll move that out of the way. Probably needed that liquid from the zucchini. Okay, lesson learned. What could I do? Could add water. I don't really want to do that. I could just leave it, which is certainly an option. Probably add a little bit of milk. I could probably add a little bit of butter. I don't know. Let's just try it like this and see what comes of it. Getting the zucchini off from the beaters is never fun, but the mixture itself looks mostly mixed, and then I can I'll come back. Well, I just set it down and accidentally hit the button, and it just flung everything everywhere. I guess I'll show you how I'm going to take care of this. I'm just going to pull the zucchini off with my fingers. Try to get it back down into the batter. Just use my fingers to try to clean these off. And don't worry, these aren't going anywhere, but my hands are clean even if they were. I think if I were to do this, I would probably maybe use a different mixers, you know, more like a dough type mixer. Just something that helps to incorporate everything, because I don't really need it whipped, right? I know, it's part of the lessons of baking. Oops. We'll call that good. Yeah, my arms are all tore up from picking raspberries and reaching in there. They have defenses for a reason. And I can see that there's some sugar in the bottom of this bowl. But other than that, it seems to be about it. Okay, we'll just deal with a heavy batter. And you know, maybe next time we'll try it with without draining it and see how they turn out. But oh. Okay, so I'll bring you over here and show you what it is that I learned. Okay, on this thing here, this is how it starts. And you may be seeing all that blinky just because it's on the camera, but it doesn't normally, see if I go at an angle, it doesn't normally do that. So this over here is set on bake. Go back to bake. And then here, I'm going to push, oh no, I want to cancel. Make sure bake is blinking, and then I want to do temperature. And Google suggested, I'm going to try to see if I can go at an angle to where you can see this. Google suggested 425 for the first okay, good, it's on preheat. I wasn't sure how that would work. Oh, but Google suggested that I put it on 425 for the first few minutes because it says that it helps it to rise. And I'm sure that it probably will. So I'm going to take my little muffin cups here. I have batter everywhere. I'll just start filling them up. I'll make it a spoon. I don't know if it'll work better, but maybe. That's just the dryer in the basement. This is a really heavy batter. I don't know if it's supposed to be this heavy. And again, you know, maybe I shouldn't have squeezed all the moisture out of the zucchini. But we'll see how it goes. The biggest thing when I poke this down is I want to make sure that there isn't any big air bubbles in the bottom. Like this one, I know that there's not. I think I'll try to fill them all like that one, or close. may need to take a little bit out of that one. But we'll see how it is that they turn out when they're all full. That will also be a test to how full to fill these. Get off of there. Because I like it when they're tall. Get off of there. Zucchini. Zucchini. Well, it looks like that's preheated, so that's great. Great timing. I think that we're done here. Let's take the batter off from wherever it is that it spilled. Oh, now it says 15 minutes. Timer. So let's do it for maybe that. Oh, there we go. I have to learn all the little buttons and controls and what it is that they do, and clean up my mess here. I have a pulled muscle or bruised muscle or an irritated muscle in my groin, and I don't know how it is that it happened. Like, I got batter on my little hardware packets here that just arrived last night, so that I could put the roller on the chicken coop. And I thought that they were fine there. I also have batter on the tripod and the counter. Oh well. Took some ibuprofen for my leg, and it does seem to help like overnight, and maybe it's just because I'm not walking around on it, but I do know that when I go to turn or twist, that really irritates it too. I have enough here. Oh, you know what? We could try these little donut things out. I don't know if these need oil or not, but you know, I have a little bit of a paper towel here, and I still have the oil. So let's just give it a little love, rub. I have a sprayer, but I'm not sure where it's at right now. Excuse me. You know, when you're showing the house, you put things away, and away isn't where it is that you had them, and so, you know, who knows where it's at right now. Oil doesn't really want to stick to silicone. I don't even know if this is worthwhile, but, you know, we're gonna do it anyway. Can't hurt, right? And then maybe I'll just try to make some little donuts. I've never used these silicone donut molds. I have washed them out a couple times because, you know, I wanted to try them, but I have not actually used them. So this will be a first as well. But why not, right? Use what you got. Let's see what we can make. No better time than the present to try them out. I'm sure if this batter was thinner, it would be a whole lot easier. But we're gonna see how this works. Maybe it'll be more like a cake type donut since it's thicker, a little heavier versus a fluffy. Then again, maybe it'll rise to the occasion. A little bit more there. I'll stick more in that one. Oh, so that's done. Now I have to turn it down. So, and then for a timer, okay, so I'll show you where it's at right now. So after the first few minutes on a higher temperature, what it did is it made them rise. They are a little brown right now. That's kind of how it is. I like them to be when they're done. So I don't know, you know, and it does have a little bit of clearance. You know, it has probably 3 inches of clearance there. And maybe another 2 inches at the bottom. So we'll see how it goes. So far they look okay. Oh. All right, and then we'll try these donuts afterwards. I don't know how long these have to cook for. I'm hearing 10 minutes in my head. Maybe that's my inner chef telling me 10 minutes is sufficient. So maybe we'll just give that a try at the at where it's at. A little bit more in this one. I don't want lopsided donuts. But you know, you get what you get. It'll all work itself out. I should probably use this little tray. Yep. Okay, then we'll bake them on there. When I was talking to the pastry chef up the road, about what it is that I'm doing, he said he likes to bake to relieve stress. And I kind of thought about that this morning when I woke up, thinking, you know, today's a new day. It's not yesterday. We're gonna leave yesterday in the past. We're gonna focus on something that I can do, and you know, with moving forward, I don't know if those really need to be in there that long. There's dough on the floor too, and my leg does not want to lift. Okay, batter on the floor also. Oh, that's fantastic. And it's on my foot. And I can't lift my leg. Come here, you. Let me just get the batter off. Unplug this and keep these beaters cleaned up. Should probably leave this on this side. Oh, I should probably move that. That's for banana bread. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have some other beaters in the pantry for this mixer. And I will want to, I'll put these in the dishwasher too, but I want to just make sure that they're all the zucchini is out from them. Yeah, these are going to be really dark. I think in this oven, I'm just going to try not doing the extra high temperature timing. Now, here's a tip though. When you're making a turkey, my brother-in-law told me this when I was younger, and so I've always done it. So when you're making a turkey, put it on like 500 for the first, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes or so, until it gets a golden brown, and then turn it down to whatever it is that you cook a turkey at. What is it, like 350? Cover it with foil, and then yeah, turn it down to 350 and cook it for whatever time it is that it says to cook it for. There it is, mixed way up in there. I may need to get a Q-tip. The brush can't get it out. It's unplugged, so. I will grab a Q-tip. Kind of like cleaning out your ears. Except I'm not worried about anything with this, other than just getting all the batter out. Okay, here we go. So these are the other little hooks that I have with it. I also have like a little whisk, but I don't know. Somehow I got all three of these all tangled up, and this would be like a puzzle to try to figure out how it is they even got on there. Anyway, I have these little hooks, and these might be a little bit better. It'll at least be easier to clean off. But we'll see how this goes. No, I'm gonna say those muffins are done. I don't think that they need more time. I really don't. Take the chance. Down. They smell delicious. All right, now let's put these in here. Put those in. Temperature. And turn that down to there. And then time. Did I say 10 minutes? 8 minutes? Okay. Okay, there. So that's going. I know it's already preheated, so it's going. It will need a cooling rack. And these are in paper cups, so that should come right out. And if this works, then, you know, this would be great because then I'll know how long to cook this, you know, because this muffin pan is the one that actually fits in there. And the donut thing. These aren't cool, but I kind of want to try one. So here's a lopsided one. So it's a little, I don't know if you can, it's not really showing up that much. Anyway, so it goes at an angle like this. Ow, it's very hot. But I want to see if it's actually cooked in the middle. The bottom of it looks fantastic. It smells delicious. This is very hot. See all the steam coming out? It looks really good. Some zucchini. It's a good recipe. Yeah, zucchini hanging out of there. It's actually moist. The crunchy top is sweet from all the sugar that's in there, which is also a bonus. The bottom is not overly burnt, which is good. And I stopped it at 7.5. I think I did it for 7, so maybe 7.5 from 2013. So maybe it was 20 minutes total. So maybe like 5 minutes at the higher temperature and then 15 minutes at the lower temperature. And the thing with this is once I get it figured out, because it's you know, it's portable, it's going to be consistent no matter where it is that I take it. Other than, you know, maybe elevation. I understand elevation sometimes affects baking, like things won't rise. I'm closer to sea level, so things rise just fine. It's very good. What would I do different? I don't know. Make it rise more. I would do that. I don't know if that would be an egg, more baking soda, more baking powder. I don't know. I don't know. So I put the donuts in there for 8 minutes. It's been about 4 minutes now, so let's check on them.